A dangerous sequence of storms from the Pacific Ocean is sweeping through Northern California and the Sierra Nevada mountains, prompting heavy flooding and road closures across parts of the region during the busy holiday travel season. At least one person is dead after flash floods inundated Redding, roughly 150 miles north of Sacramento, according to Redding Mayor Mike Littau, who said police and fire crews carried out water rescues Sunday. Shasta County, where Redding is located, was hit particularly hard Sunday evening, with heavy rain flooding multiple roadways, including parts of Interstate 5, according to officials. A flash flood warning was in effect for Redding and other parts of the county Sunday night, according to the National Weather Service. Redding police said they were responding to numerous calls for stranded motorists and urged drivers to avoid flooded streets. Several lanes of Interstate 5 in one part of Redding were submerged Sunday, according to a photo shared by the California Highway Patrol on Facebook. Redding police also posted a photo on Instagram that showed cars driving on a road that was covered with water. One man in Shasta County posted video of his son standing in the middle of a road flooded by a nearby creek. The man, Mast, said they were on their way to a family Christmas gathering but had to turn around because floodwaters had washed out part of the road. Shasta County and other parts of Northern California remain under a flood warning until midday Monday, while much of Central California is under a flood watch until Friday, according to the NWS. Northern California will see its heaviest rainfall Monday and Tuesday, when up to 5 inches are expected across the northern Sierra and 3 inches along the coastal regions, the NWS said Sunday. The region is under a level 3 of 4 risk of excessive rainfall through Tuesday morning, the NWS added in an update. Flash flooding may also become a concern on the western foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains through Tuesday, the NWS warned, with landslides, rockfalls, and mudslides possible. Heavy snow is also forecast over the Sierras, where an additional 2 to 4 feet is expected, a stark contrast from the snow drought the Sierras are currently experiencing.
Well, about to hydrolock this motor.
As of late Sunday, more than 1,000 customers were without power in California's Sierra County, nearly a third of its customers, according to Power Outage US. By late Tuesday, the threat of floods will move southward into central to southern California as another storm system begins to strengthen off the coast. Northern California faces another surge of heavy precipitation at that same time, with more expected later in the week, according to the NWS. This wet weather pattern shows no signs of letting up, with another round of heavy precipitation possible Christmas Day into Friday for much of California, the NWS said. Redding appears to be among the hardest hit areas in Northern California, as parts of the region recorded up to 10 inches of rain in just 24 hours. Officials reported about 40 flooding incidents and 17 rockslides or landslides during that time. Flood watches remain in effect for millions of people statewide as additional rounds of rain threaten further flooding. Mayor Littau said local police and fire crews have been conducting water rescues throughout the storm, while Public Works and Redding electric utility crews work to clear roads and restore power. The Redding Police Department reported numerous calls from stranded motorists who attempted to drive through flooded streets, urging drivers to avoid flooded roadways and follow detours as conditions change rapidly. The storm's impacts are being felt beyond Redding. The Humboldt County Sheriff's Office has deployed its swiftwater rescue team to assist residents in flooded homes, while Placer County has issued evacuation warnings due to rising water levels along the South Yuba River and is pre-staging emergency resources ahead of more rain.
And now it's just a quiet little...
Forecasters say rainfall may briefly ease Monday, but a stronger storm system is expected Tuesday night through Christmas Eve, bringing rain, wind, and renewed flood threats statewide. Another round of storms is forecast from Christmas Day through Friday before drier conditions arrive next weekend. In Humboldt County, Caltrans shut down U.S. Highway 101 in both directions north of Loleta on Sunday, as flooding swamped a significant north-south artery for the West Coast. There's no word on when that closure will reopen. The heavy rain halted flights at San Francisco International Airport, snarling holiday travel during one of the busiest air travel days of the year. More delays are expected at San Francisco International and Los Angeles International Airport on Monday, as this atmospheric river continues to dump heavy rain across the state. NOAA's Weather Prediction Center has issued a Level 3 out of 4 flash flood risk for the foothills of the northern Sierra Nevada through Monday. A broader Level 2 out of 4 flash flood threat covers much of Northern California, including San Francisco. After a brief reprieve Tuesday, a second round of rain will move into the region Tuesday night, as an area of low pressure develops off the California coast. The heaviest rain will begin to shift south on Christmas Eve, but the San Francisco metro area should expect 3 to 5 inches of rain through Friday. According to the Fox Forecast Center, this storm system is expected to intensify as it comes onshore, producing wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour along the coast.
Barton Park Road.
The National Weather Service, NWS, has issued wind alerts from Ukiah to Monterey, as well as Bakersfield farther inland, for wind gusts of up to 80 miles per hour through Thursday. Heavy rain along the Interstate 5 corridor in Southern California beginning Wednesday. The Los Angeles metro area is under a Level 3 out of 5 risk of flash flooding from Wednesday through Christmas Day morning, with 5 to 8 inches of rain possible. According to the Fox Forecast Center, rain rates could approach an inch per hour, threatening areas near burn scars from January's wildfire disaster with mudslides. According to the National Weather Service, ash from wildfires creates burn scars, a water-repellent coating that prevents the ground from absorbing water and causes the area to be predisposed to flash flooding and debris flows. Meanwhile, those driving over the Sierras should expect mountain pass closures and hazardous travel conditions beginning Tuesday through Friday. Feet of snow are expected to fall on the Sierras through the holiday week, with snow levels dropping to 5,000 feet. Winter weather alerts have been issued for the Sierras through Friday. Meanwhile, a home was evacuated Sunday afternoon in Placer County due to South Yuba River flooding caused by heavy rains, authorities said. At approximately 1:15 p.m., the home with 9 occupants in Cisco Grove was evacuated safely, and all other residences in the area were issued an evacuation warning, according to a news release from the Placer County Sheriff's Office. Heavy rain is causing rising water levels in the South Yuba River near Hampshire Rocks Road, between Donner Pass Road and Cisco Road, authorities said. The stretch is about 2.5 miles long. With several more days of rain and wind anticipated, the Placer County Sheriff's Office is actively coordinating with our public safety partners to ensure we are ready to respond in the coming days, deputies wrote in the news release. Additional flooding may occur with little notice. Residents should prepare now by gathering essential items, monitoring official alerts, and being ready to move to higher ground if conditions worsen. Meanwhile, 9 people were rescued from a house on the bank of the South Yuba River at Donner Summit Sunday after heavy rains led the stream to swell, cutting them off from the road, emergency officials said. To get to the stranded residents, firefighters had to extend their ladder horizontally across the deepening water, Truckee Fire Protection District Battalion Chief Ryan Ochoa said. The residents then walked across the ladder to safety, he said. No one was injured. The building, painted red and with a peaked roof, sits very close to the river, and it is not the first time emergency crews have had to rescue people inside, Ochoa said. The house is built right along the river edge on a granite slab, And when the river
101?
swells, it's not uncommon for the water to start going around both sides of the house,
They're letting us
he said.
go through. I don't know if you can see.
Firefighters rescued people from the home in the 1990s, Ochoa said. And one resident said on Facebook that she recalled it flooding as long ago as 1963. Ochoa said he did not know if the people who were in the house were owners, renters, or vacationers. They were able to access their vehicles after they walked across the ladder to the road and left on their own, he said. The house itself is situated with its back to the riverbank, Ochoa said. And while the South Yuba has not technically overrun its banks, it has flowed around to the front of the building, surrounding the house and essentially making it part of the stream. The main body of the river is on the backside of house, but the river swelled so much that it just came up and around the front side of the house, he said. Several agencies stepped in to assist with the rescue, including CAL FIRE, Olympic Valley Fire Department, and California State Parks, he said. Rain is expected to continue in the region at least through Monday, and emergency officials warned people to stay away from the river. This is a good reminder that water levels can change as the rain continues, Truckee fire officials said on Facebook. Avoid being in or near the water. Do not try to attempt to drive or wade through floodwaters. The National Weather Service, NWS, office on Woodley Island are reporting some minor flooding in the usual flood-prone spots around Humboldt Bay, including Old Arcata Road, Elk River Road, and Howard Heights Road. There's a flood advisory in effect till 3:45 p.m. today, and it looks as though the drenching will persist into next week. In Freshwater, a resident described conditions as worse than they've ever seen. Freshwater Road, they said, is 100% impassable. She added, I am hopeful we will be okay on the house front, capturing the uneasy waiting many residents are now experiencing. However, the NWS is not predicting that kind of flooding into homes. On Arcata Road, this morning about 8:20, an officer requested the closure of the 2100 block as floodwaters spread across the roadway. A nearby resident watching the situation unfold said the entire Jacoby Creek Valley is flooded and conditions are already worse than earlier storms this winter. They warned that debris hidden beneath the water, branches, trash, etc., creates serious hazards for drivers. A new pothole growing rapidly has also formed in the flooded stretch, she told us. Flood warning signs, they noted, often aren't placed until neighbors or pedestrians call the danger in. That same resident expressed concern about drivers speeding through standing water to create wakes, despite nearby homes with children, pets, and livestock. It's not a thrill-seeker location, they said. It's frightening to watch. Elsewhere, a video circulating on social media shows flooding at the Blue Lake gas station. Road closures are continuing. Highway 254 is closed between Miranda and Phillipsville, and there has been a request to close Highway 211, the route to Ferndale, due to flooding concerns. Earlier this morning, the California Highway Patrol reported that Redwood Drive at Evergreen Road, on the bluff south of Bear Canyon, was closed due to flooding. Additional closures are likely as rain continues and waterways rise. This storm marks the first day of winter with a reminder Humboldt knows well. When the rain settles in, valleys fill fast, roads disappear, and familiar routes can change hour by hour. Conditions remain fluid and information is still developing.